Oh, I'm live. Yay. No wig today. This looks terrible. Did I turn the light on? I don't care. I need to share this. Hold on. Create post. Yes. Paste. Actually, no. Discard. I'm not sharing it on my own page. Let's see more. This is great. The very first thing I'm doing, and I'm live and whatever. I don't have anybody here though. It's fine. Can you hear me that well? Oh my god. I just noticed that. I don't know how well you can hear me. Shoot. I don't know. I hope you can hear me. I don't know. What's this? Anyway. Still getting used to my new laptops. Oh my god, I need to sneeze. Trying live on YouTube this time. Feel free to join me. Oh, that's me. Post. Yep. Let's get there. Twitter. Join me live. First go at it on the YouTube. Should I do hashtags? Indie author. I'm an indie author. Hashtag is let's read and tag. Let's read. Tweet. There we go. I'm getting the hang of this, I think. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it looks so dark though. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the light on. Hey, Bobo. No, you're good. Look, light. Oh my god, my hair. Dude, I'm trying to grow this out, but like, anyway. I have poetry pulled up to read. I don't know if you can hear me still. What's this? I don't know what that means. I'd like to know if you could hear me, but whatever. Okay. Because I'm looking at this thing. Okay, 3's probably good. I'm probably good. So here we have old poetry. This is 14 pages long. I did something with this before, but I don't remember if I posted it to my channel or which channel I posted it to or what. But I'm a little nervous. Let's get into this. Tides of change. I lay in bed, my face blurred in the aquarium across from me. Tears smudge my vision and tumble down my cheeks. They're as salty as my will to live. Always time goes on. Friends evolve, even if only as water against rock face. And me? I'm stagnant as a rank green pool. I yearn for movement, for something to ripple across me and change my course. And that's that one. So a lot of these came when I was like really down and depressed and stuff. So if they're kind of icky, that's why. Yes. This is Woe of the Rat. I remember this one pretty well because, I don't know, I wrote this before I liked pet snakes. I actually enjoy pet snakes now, even though I have never owned one, and I'd like to maybe own one eventually, but I don't know, we'll see. Woe of the Rat. Dear brother, do you remember when we were young and seized the earth together? Can you recall how we lived similarly, how we lived with each other, where one of us could be found? The other was certainly near. Sorry, my phone made a thing. We spread to all corners of the planet. We surfed the mighty seas. When one of us fell ill, soon would the other. What kills me kills you. And now you kill me too. You call me vermin. You call me disgusting. You use me to test what you won't on yourself, which actually I'm not against animal testing. Just putting that out there. You use me to feed your strange serpent pets. Have you forgotten the days we fended together? Back when neither of us were safe from the scaled worm, the fanged menace who slithered belly against the earth through the night in search for us? Brother, I am live. Please do not make noise. Okay, he doesn't care. If you hear noise, it's him. He's off work today, so I just have to deal with it. Have you ever, oh man, I lost my place. Oh, I think I was here. And now you drop me into a prison with invisible walls, and you watch as your pet grabs me and coils around me and forces me into its stomach. But if you'd give me the chance, I'd serve you well. I'll be pet instead of brother even. Whatever it would take to gain your affection. I still love you. Give me the chance, I will be better than any dog, cuter than any cat, snugglier than any serpent, more intelligent than any other pet. And I will love you because I have not forgotten. We are brothers. We live in the same places, eat the same things, and enjoy similar aspects of life. I love you. Love me too? So, yeah, that was, yeah. I had feelings about feeding rats to snakes. I don't anymore, though, because, snakes have to live, too, and they're awesome pets also. I mean, pet rats are probably my favorite pet, but snakes are cool, too. This one is kind of wild. This is The Waking Man. I know this one because I remember the title. Sleeping on a plane, drops below the rain, puts on the brakes, he wakes. Exit the plane, go to the baggage claim. It's cold, so she shakes, he wakes. She holds his hand in hers, got a grip on her purse, tells him later she'll bake, later he'll wake. Bomb goes off in the claim, do you mind? Sorry. Bomb goes off in the claim, screeches in pain, she falls and God takes, he wakes. Scarred and from a nasty burn, never will she return. Every night alone and late, he wakes. So that one's kind of depressing. It's about, I swear he's doing this on purpose. I think this one was, it's about a bomb going off in an airport. I don't know why I'd ever write about this. I've never experienced it myself. I've just heard about it from TV and stuff. But, yeah, okay. I kind of wish I could screen share. I think I've heard that about the, Facebook Live. I don't think I can do that on this one. Can I? I don't know. I don't think so. What's this? It doesn't tell me what anything is. It's like I have to click on anything if I want to figure out what it does, and I'm afraid to do that. What's this? Oh, there's a pop-out chat? I should probably... Well, there's nobody caring. Anyway, I apologize. Oh, this next one is actually tied to my Feral series, which, if you're curious... I'm just going to plug my own books here, because why not? I look these books up so often on here for links that Amazon sends me emails about buying it for myself. And it's like, I don't need to buy the actual thing. I get a discount because I'm the author. But yeah, this is the first in the Feral series. Shadow and Ash, an epic poem about fictional feral felines. There are 2 other books out right now. It doesn't show them though. But they are Shell and Thorn and Past and Present. And then later there will be Family and Future. I'm still working on that one. So, one used. Who is selling my book for more than I'm selling it for? What? What? Okay, whatever. Anyway, this has to do with one of the characters who comes in the second half of the book. His name is Lightning Claw. And this is when I was still into kin things, because it was like I was delusional. But anyway, so this is I Am Not a Monster. I am not a monster. My name is Angel, but really I am a demon. For you see, I read a book series once about cats who live feral. They started a colony. There were good cats. There were bad cats. There was a cat named Lightning. He was the worst cat. And as I read, I saw myself there. I saw these cats. I knew these cats because I lived it in a past life, in another universe. That was me. I was Lightning. I was the villain, the felon, the maniac, the monster. I killed in cold blood. I laughed when my brother hurt. I made him hurt. I blinded him as a kitten with my claws stained pink from the blood that ran over from the blood that ran over them. That should be a that, not a the. Because that was who I was. Why was I that way? Jealousy, mainly. But also because my mind was not right. It could not have been. I wanted to kill. I got joy from the thrill of the kill. It was like hunting, except we were on the same level, but none were as good as me. I ran the forest, scared the colony, frightened each and every cat. But then my brother came, my blind brother, his eyes seeing what others cannot. He actually isn't blind. I don't know why I wrote that. He can see regular things as well as the other stuff. His eyes seeing what others cannot. He called upon our goddess, the great spirit bird, a blue-white hawk, and she sent our devil moccasin, a snake with venom so powerful it could kill a human after me. It bit me. Venom pulsed through my body, replacing the blood I thrived on, and then it dragged me to cat hell. Cat hell's where I'm at with warriors, but anyway, because I deserved that. I did my time. I stayed for a while until I was forgotten. I was not soon forgotten. So this is before before canon in my books say that like this does not work the same. Okay, ferals does not work the same as warriors. They don't live there till they're forgotten. This was written before the canon books were actually finished and out. So this pulls a little bit from the warriors aspect of that, but it's not like that in actual canon. I stayed until I faded away, and then my soul traveled the astral plane until I came here. I am angel. That should be capitalized, I think. But really, I was a demon. I was homicidal. I was a monster. But now it's different. I think so. I hope so. I do not want to be that maniac again. I'm sorry. I am not a monster. So there's that one. Yep. Oh, I can X out of this now. Yeah, that's... I'm going to bring this out real quick. Where was that? Pop out chat. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Sorry, I am all over the place and I apologize. I promise I don't think I'm ADHD, but it is possible. I'm schizoaffective for one with a few other things, but like, I don't know, maybe I am ADD or ADHD. I don't know. My brother is, so maybe I am too. Pills and a pulse. This one's depressing. 1 pill, 2 pills, 3. The world is getting dizzy. 10 pills, 20, 30. She'll forever be asleep shortly. Yeah, I was really depressed that night. With most of these, I was. So I've been there, done that. Well, not really. I've thought about it, but like I haven't actually done that. Great next title. Ugh, I feel like cutting. Beautiful. So I should have put a trigger warning on this whole video. I didn't even think about that. Well, let's try this. She holds out her arm and grabs a knife and moves the blade over her skin like a bow on a violin. Oh, I actually really like how that sounds. Oh my God, why does it sound so good for something so dark? Depressed and musing. Great. Another wonderful title going on. You wake. Wish you hadn't. Pray for another moment of rest. Struggle to send the sleep away. You're up, finally. Brush your teeth? Shower? No. Where is the motivation? What is energy? Eating. It's hell. Too much, none at all. You're either gaining or losing tremendously, and it isn't healthy either way, and you know it. Happiness? Ha ha ha. Happy? Me? Ha 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 ha. But my love loves me. I love my love. I think of that love, and for a brief moment, there's a glimpse of, no, there are always things going wrong. We lost our jobs. We can't afford to live, let alone be together. I'll always burden the one I care about most. Burden. That's what I am, always have been, and always will be. Why? They say it's environmental and also a chemical imbalance in my brain. Meds can only do so much. Therapy can only do so much. I don't want to die, but I'm not happy. I'll know I'll get better sooner than later, at this rate. So I don't even remember writing this one. I guess I really was just depressed and musing because I highlighted it. Not that you're looking at my screen, which for a second I thought you were, but okay. So let's go on to the next one. See the demons. Great. Oh, this one's formatted really interestingly. I wish you could see this one. I might have to post this one, take a screenshot and post it somewhere because I really like how I formatted this. I don't usually do fancy formatting, but I feel like I went above and beyond with this one. Anyway. I see the demons every day. Do you? They scream my name and say I'm worthless and deserve to die. I know the demons. That's capitalized. Demons. I don't know how I should say that. You don't? You're happy. I can't be. Will never be, even in death. That's how that ends. Oh my God. This next one is called Sorry I'm Sick, so I'm sure it'll just be a joy. You care, but you don't understand. Oh, this is another weirdly formatted one. You try to help, but you make it worse. We love each other, but my health is more important. And then it ends with saying, I'm sorry I'm mentally ill, because I guess I felt bad about that when I wrote this one. Ooh, these are such a pleasant. Oh, the next one's just a little depressed. Oh my God, I'm glad I labeled them so well. Like, I can just laugh because I'm not depressed right now. I'm in a really great place in my life, actually. So reading all of these is really funny to me, even though being depressed isn't funny at all.
It's a blast.
Do you mind?
Yes.
Shut up. Ignore my brother, please, my younger brother. The dogs lay down, the cat looks around, time passes by, I don't know why. What should I do when feeling so blue and knowing to hang in there and really trying to care, but life is at me eating me empty. How can I survive? Will I ever thrive? And that's the end of that one. So that flows pretty nicely. I don't know the proper way to say that. This next one is that fleeting emotion. Is this one going to be nice? Hopefully this is a nice one, because I kind of like to see a nice one, but I'm just skimming. Oh, he's going somewhere. But anyway, I'm skimming, and it doesn't look great. Anyway, that fleeting emotion. How can one capture such an emotion? It is fleeting like the fluttering of a butterfly, and yet it weighs down the soul, as if the heart has turned to stone, not even cold as ice, because ice melts, but it is colder and heavier and never goes away. Every day you wake and feel and think and cry and cry, 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 cry. It does not go away. It is lost, so extreme, so burdensome, and so sad, just sad. I want you back. Come back to me, please. I beg you. I beg God, or the gods and goddesses, or the universe, or just whoever will bring you back. I beg them. I beg them all, because I need you, and I miss you. But you're gone, long gone, forever gone, not to return, or never to return, gone. You didn't have to do this. I was here for you. I tried hard, I tried my best. Please forgive me. I am not mad at you. Are you mad at me? Did I do it wrong? Is that why you're gone? My dear, my darling, my love eternal. Oh God, suicide was your decision, and now I am left to mourn all my days for you. And so I cry, as the emotion flutters by on the wings of a blue butterfly, out of my reach like your soul was to mine, and never to be again something so fine. Wow, okay, so that was definitely not the happy little piece I was hoping for. But I don't know what inspired me to write this one, because no one in my life has committed suicide that I've been really close to. Like, I've had very distant suicides in my life. I keep spitting. And I don't usually do that. But yeah. So I don't know why I would write this, but I really like how it turned out. It feels nice. Yeah. This one's good. Okay. I don't want to cuss while live or in a video, really. So the next one is stupid effing. I would say B word, but there's like 2 different B words, and I mean like the secondary one that means illegitimate child sometimes. So we'll go with that. Hopefully I don't cuss in the actual poem, because I really don't want to say that out loud, because I probably will if I just go with the poem, because sometimes I just get caught up in the flow. But anyway, when you met me, you abandoned your toy. You left her that Christmas, her heart you'd destroy, but she would recover in time, as I hope to too. But for now I have this poem that's all about you. Oh, I know who this is about. You came into my life short and smelly. We had chemistry together, looked at each other like the other was a weirdo, until you took a liking to me at a time when I was lost and lonely. You took advantage of my situation to hunt me like prey, so I let you into my life. I brought you into my life. Maybe you could do what I couldn't do on my own. I was lonely. I feel like in this one, I wanted to rhyme, but I also didn't want to rhyme. So, like, this is kind of awkward. Anyway, the first year was not too bad. I didn't like kissing you. Hugs I would always forget the feeling of, but you wanted more. So you pushed and you manipulated and you made it so I'd have to choose to be lonely or to do it with you. At the age of 17, I was deflowered by a weed in society. I actually really like that stanza. Because I didn't want to be alone, I came over and begged, pleaded, you don't do it. But you told me it had to happen. So it did. It hurt. I bled. You yelled because I didn't get you off. It was a waste of a condom. You teased after your birthday that I was still a minor and you weren't. And I should have done something then. In college, you ignored me. You cheated on me, but kept coming back because neither of us could let go. And I wrote your papers, and I wish I would have exposed that. In 2014, I lost something precious that you gave me, the only thing, a life between us that never stood a chance, and would have ruined mine if she had come to be beyond the 6 or 8 weeks. I actually miss her, but you don't even know she existed. You don't need to know she may be dead, but I'll still protect our baby from you. At least she is in peace, even though I am not. I am left in torment and scarred and forced to try to heal. I finally got away, but not without you pretending to slit your wrist because I hurt you so. That was dramatic. I know you didn't really do it, but that wasn't a pretty picture you emailed me. I got away. It took the help of another man, an asshole I'd fall in love with, but he did care for me, at least more than you ever really did. My steam is running out this wee morning. Time to say goodnight and sleep some more before daylight comes when I'm thrown into the world again, a world where I can't trust men. Because of what you did and all your stupid friends who think you're the best, those who claim to be feminists and pro-human rights, but really, you're just a sociopath. And that is the last poem of this document, so I really ended this one with a bang. Oh, geez. That one was really personal. So I feel it because that's my past. And I kind of didn't actually want to go there today, but I did. So, let's pull up something else. Let's pull up something better. Oh, I need to itch my nose. Let's try Sisters in Science. I will do read only because I don't have room for anything, apparently. View as read only, I said. Sisters in Science. And I actually have a picture from Pixabay, I think, that goes really well with this one. But I don't know where it's at. Actually, I probably do know where it's at, but yeah. It is not so far into the future when a young woman with a lightly dark complexion approaches a house. Inside the house are two adults, a man who recently left work from his union job and has olive skin, dark waves for hair, and deep brown eyes, and his wife, whose ginger curls and blue eyes and pale skin. Liz, he said to her, placing his hand on her shoulder as she sat in a chair curled up into herself, sobbing, "You have to let go." But how could she let go? They were finally going to have a baby, but it had been taken from them before it could even be born. "I wanted her so bad," Liz whimpered, and he sighed. "I did too, but I cannot watch as you waste away." Oh my god, his name's Alex. Why do I use Alex so often for names? I have like 3 or 4 different characters at least who are named Alex. I just really like the name, apparently. A knock at the door, and Alex moved to open it. The woman with light but chocolate-colored curls and green eyes and skin somewhere between pale and olive smiled. "Huh. I happened by," she told him, "and I happen to know about what happened." A wink came from her. "I can help you and your wife." "I'm sorry?" He blinked in confusion. How could this be real? What could she offer? She helped herself into the house. "Elizabeth," she called out, as if talking to an old friend. "I'm sorry," Liz replied as she wiped away tears. "But who are you?" And the stranger said, "My name is Idoni Regina oh God, how do I pronounce that in real life? Yagana." It's based on a real name, but I added an A at the end. So it's actually kind of, I don't know. Let's just go Yagana. She moved to sit beside Liz. "And I'm here to help." "Help?" Liz was dumbfounded. "But how?" She looked at her husband, but he only shrugged. Idoni pulled a small device from her purse. "This looks like a game," she said, "but it is real." "What is it?" Alex asked, leaning over the seat. "A gotcha ghost," Idoni explained. "But it holds the soul of It holds the soul of the baby you lost." What?" Liz almost shrieked. Oh, I didn't read that right, apparently. "Impossible." Alex's voice dropped. Idoni handed the device to Liz. "Take it and use it," she went on. "You can raise your child and she will grow electronically, but also in spirit, and there is a mode that throws out an image that will move and can be interacted with, but you cannot use that mode too often." "How can it be our daughter?" Liz inquired. I need to sneeze. This is going to be bad. "I cannot disclose that," Idoni responded, "but I promise you she is. She is with you now and will be forever." "I don't know that I believe this," Alex expressed. "How can it be real?" "It is technology from the future," Idoni told him, "and from a different universe entirely." Then we have 3 hyphens, which I think denote a scene change. We have a different perspective now. It goes, thick auburn curls were pulled into a ponytail, and her dark brown eyes were serious as she searched for the proper house. Finally, she knocked on a door, and a man answered, his eyes mud puddles. I really like the mud puddle thing, apparently. And his thick black hair was in waves, and his skin was as pale as hers. "Hello," he answered. "My name is Aubrey Bernadette Jameson," Aubrey told him. "And I am from the future in a universe oh my God, I'm just messing up this one. And I am from the future in a universe where my mother met you in high school. She exists married to another man now, but they are at risk. Everyone is at risk." He was not sure what to say or what to believe. Aubrey's a really fun character of mine. She's been around for a while. She's really cool. A little crazy, but really cool. "Their daughter from a universe not mine nor yours has come here, where she was recently miscarried to give herself to them, but she could destroy the fabric of reality and space-time as we know it." Aubrey was very serious. "A small creature," oh yes, it's Bree. "A small creature that seemed like a rodent, but covered in auburn curls had dark eyes climbed out of her backpack." "What is that?" her father, but not, asked her. And she told him, "Oh, why does it say Hunk? I thought it was named Bree." And she told him, "That's Hunk." Hunk, weird. "Oh," he scratched his head, not satisfied with the answer. I thought his name was Bree. Aubrey allowed Hunk to sit atop her shoulder and watch as she typed into his computer, madly like a scientist on an important mission as she was. "Can you prove we're related?" he asked. And she sighed. "You're Troy Jameson, older brother to Delphi and Corinth. Do I not share your eyes? Our hair is the same, albeit for color. I promise you I am legitimate. If you do not help me, your life and maybe mine will be destroyed." "But how did he get here?" "I can't explain because it is beyond your grasp. You must trust me." And so, Troy watched her type too. Her fingers fell on the letters swiftly as she typed odd strings of numbers and letters into the machine. Finally, she stepped back. "What do you think, Hunk?" And the little female creature shrilly said, "You've got it, Mama." Oh my God. This made Troy exceedingly uncomfortable, but he followed when Aubrey and Hunk left the house in a hurry. And that's all I have for this one because I haven't touched this one in a long time. Basically, what's going on, spoiler alert, is that, first of all, Hunk, who I'm pretty sure used to be called Bree, Brey, is made from Aubrey's DNA as a thing. I don't remember the details on like how she made it, or her, I guess it was. But it's made from Aubrey's own DNA. It is part of Aubrey. Like it's just her DNA. That's it. Anyway, she's a mad scientist. And then apparently in this other universe, she has a half-sister who looks a little different than her because they're half-sisters. Their dads are different. And anyway, the idea is that they're competing to, well, Idoni is trying to keep herself going in other universes because, I don't know, maybe she's an evil genius or something. I don't know. Meanwhile, Aubrey is like, you can't be doing this. It's going to kill everybody and everything. So she's trying to stop it. And so we have this competition going on. And it's like a sibling rivalry almost, except, I don't know. It's called Sisters in Science. I don't know that I'll ever finish it. But, yes. Let's X out of that. What else should I have? Shining Sun. That one might be interesting. New Horizons. I don't even remember what that's about. We are not going into Millie because she really messed up my stream the other day. She does not want to be revealed yet. Wait. How's Sister in Science different from Gotcha Ghost? I thought they were the same thing. Hold on. Oh, this is just the notes. Never mind. Into the Harvest Moon. What is this? Stop. I want to read all these. Oh, that's the notes. Hold on. I don't know what's what anymore. What's embodied? I have stuff written here. Oh, I know what it is. Never mind. I don't want to read it. Let's see. Coral and Coda. Yes, let's go to Coral and Coda. Wait, is this the notes or the actual file? I don't know. It's the actual file. Chapter 1. Just another day. The young man was brushing his toddler son's black hair. They did not look much alike, as the only feature they shared was curls. Father was a brunette with pale skin and blue eyes, while son had lightly olive skin and a dark gaze that shimmered in the excitement only someone new to the life could feel. Okay, I stumbled. Do you want a story tonight or a prayer? The father asked. His partner was in the other room, bathing calmly in a tub of bubbles after a long day in the office. The young son smiled at his father, who looked so different from him despite the blood they shared, and chirped, "Pray!" The father nodded and offered a smile in return. Good choice, but either would have been a good choice, and beckoned the same response. The boy clambered into his little bed, and the father put up the guard piece. He knelt beside the bed, and the boy put his hands together. They tipped their heads lightly back, and the father began. Their heads? I guess so, yeah, they're looking up. Dear Lord, thank you for another day of life. I love and appreciate all you have given me, and I look forward to what you have in store for me tomorrow. May my darling little prince, my wonderful son Justin, sleep well and safely. There's no doubt in his mind that Justin would sleep soundly and be in his bed in the room in the morning. The little one chattered a nice prayer to the deity that ruled this realm. I feel like that's foreshadowing. To the deity that ruled this realm, this earth, and the universe in which it existed. And then a kiss was sent from father to son, and the lights went out, and the doors closed. Love, the father called to his wife. She was now in the kitchen, snacking with nothing but a towel clinging to her body. Yes, dear, she replied to him cozily after swallowing a piece of blue cheese stuffed olive. That sounds delicious. I'm hungry. Oh, it is my lunchtime. What am I doing? Anyway, I sent our sweet prince on his way to dreamland for the night. About time, she gently teased. He took an olive and moved it to his mouth. She yawned and let an arm stretch into the air. I'll meet you in bed, my king. She almost seemed to purr to him as she slunk by with relatively long strides. Of course, my lovely queen, he murmured as he caught her fresh, sweet scent in the little breeze that momentarily existed between them. Jeez. A final call from down the hallway. Make it mere heartbeats, John. That's with an H. And he moved to the edge of the room so he could watch the door close behind her little behind. Oh my God, she's got a little behind. That's funny. Of course, precious Lillian. It would not be long before temptation and expectation caved him into an animal of the night, something meeting another in the darkness for a romp in the sheets before the morning light would glow upon them and their messed selves sleeping soundly in the bed. Whew, okay. It seemed so perfect. Life was romantic for the man in his late 20s. If only it could have lasted or remained intact for just a bit longer. The morning peace was, oh God, I just moved the screen. The morning peace was pierced by the screech of Lillian. John grabbed her robe and raced to where the cry had come from, Justin's room. He's gone, she sobbed and then screamed, Justin! John was shocked. The room was turned over from his wife's searching and seeking, but it was empty of young life, with the windows slightly ajar. Suddenly, a knock rang from the back door. Is that proper? A knock rang? I don't know. I guess I can do what I want. I mean, I'm an indie author. I can do whatever I want, I guess. Make up words. It doesn't matter. Make up things. Justin, John immediately assumed. The couple nearly fell as they stumbled together out of the child's room and into the kitchen. A man slightly taller and stronger looking than John was there to meet them. Where's our son? John demanded, knowing he had found the predatory perpetrator. The man at the back door smirked. You don't recognize me? Your outer body has changed sex, and I still know who you to be. You don't have a brother, Lillian muttered. Why does he look like you? The man chuckled. On the contrary, your dearest John is High Princess Coral Amora Tiger Cub and my younger sister. My duty to protect and ensure the reign of. The hell are you talking about? John wrinkled his nose and anger flashed in his face. Where's Justin? The stranger who looked so familiar, who wore a dark blue tuxedo for this one particular interaction, turned on his heel and walked toward the pond and willow tree. I love ponds and willow trees. John and Lillian, her hands on his shoulder, charged the man, but they slid in the mud from the rainfall the previous day, and all three splashed into the shallow water. Only now it was not just a koi pond, but a portal to another realm, because, why not? John hurried to stand, a rush overcoming the mind and causing a dizzying effect. John? Lillian sounded so scared. Is that you? Of course, Lily, but a voice sounded that did not belong to the man they would have recognized. That was when she realized that her body had changed and her clothes no longer fit so well. She looked up to the man, a smirk still sitting on his stupid face. What did you do? Where did I go? What did you do? Oh, what did you do? She almost seemed to growl to him. I need to start moving this not with the thing. Let's see what you can remember, sister, the man in the tux said and turned to dash off. Lillian had a look of shock and fear. What's going on? She could not understand. Oh my God. The tuxedo man had changed into a cat very quickly and ran off into the woods. John was giving no hesitation nor thought and shifted into a feline as well. The cats charging through the woods were both color point with long furs. The stranger was a seal lynx point with some white markings and sharp features. Meanwhile, John had softer features and was colored for a calico point. Come on, Coral, the cat in the lead called out to the one behind him. I don't know what you're on about, but it must end. John shot back with the breath he managed to inhale as he forced his way through the dense brush of the forest. Another shift happened, and this time the tomcat was not in an anthropomorphic form. Was not? Or maybe it was now. What's this? Thank you. Somebody said thank you. I don't know. Okay. I mean, sure. I just saw a comment. That's cool. Where was I? Brush of the forest. Another shift. Oh, I was wondering if this is supposed to be now or not, because it says not in my manuscript. But I wish I was screen sharing like I was the other day. I don't know how to do that on YouTube. But it says not in an anthropomorphic. I think it's supposed to be now in an anthropomorphic form. His clothes had remanifested and covered the furry humanoid body. What the? John thought, but found that the body was shifting, running on two legs that were different than the human form. The chase continued, and finally it stopped. They were breathless, both of them, and Lillian was lagging behind a bit, but still there. The two so similar-looking werecats stood panting, one thrilled about the prospect, and the other as angry as could be. Don't you recognize your home? He asked. I just realized I'm probably staring really intently into my computer, and it probably looks really crazy, but I'm reading. The she-were. Okay, I don't know if I like that term or not. Looked up and saw a large stone wall surrounding a mountain. No, two. On the nearest mountain wrapped a large building, clearly a castle of some sort. Everything beyond it seemed to be smaller buildings, as if the wall held a small village inside it like a cell membrane held organelles. Oh, that's an interesting way to describe something. So, okay. Oh, this is almost over. It leads off at chapter 2, so I'll read the rest of chapter 1 because I don't have anything written after this in this piece. To the east was an ocean, or a sea at the very least. The north was mountains, and the west was a matter of rolling hills. Where are we? Came from her pretty muzzle. Lillian placed a delicate hand on the shoulder of the one she had known to be her mate for certain but heartbeats ago. I've read that really awkwardly. You don't recognize your own kingdom, the Weretom Gate, but Coral, sister, our father is High King and rules here. He has been waiting for your return since that night you disappeared. A sudden look of smugness came over his furry face. I did it. I had to travel to many different realms and realities, but I found you. I finally found you. And then it goes to chapter 2. I actually gave up. I vaguely remember. With this piece, Coral and Coda is what it's called, because that's the names of the two siblings here, Coral and Coda. Let me see if I have the notes here. I should have them somewhere. What did I call them, though, is the question. Anyway, the guy I was dating in earlier this year, February or March or something. This is not the right document that I just opened. He read this or skimmed it or something, and he got totally the wrong impression, and he made fun of me for it, which that's not great. Don't ever let somebody make fun of you. And anyway, where is this? I don't know where this is. Anyway, I found a bunch of really cool things that I didn't realize I still had. Anyway, if you want to hear more of that story, I don't know that I'll ever go any further with it, but I still have ideas. So you just let me know. Let's see. Let's X out of that now. And I don't know. I'm still confused about this comment that I got. It says thank you and a bunch of other stuff, which I don't feel the need to read out loud. It says Office of Scientific Research and Development. That's so cool. You know, I never thought I have thought I'd end up being a writer, but really I wanted to be an astrobiologist or a marine biologist. For the longest time, I wanted to be a marine biologist, but that's because but I gave up on it. Like, as long as I had known how to spell marine biologist, which was very early on, I was always good at spelling. But anyway, very early on, I was into science, biology mainly. Well, especially, not mainly. But I realized there are too many other people who are going to marine biology, and I was always kind of the hipster type. Like, I was into this before it was cool. So, like, too many people are going into it, so I felt like I wouldn't be guaranteed a job. Also, I have this weird thing where, like, when I go underwater, even just a little bit, well, not a little bit, like 5 feet or more, my ears hurt. And my dad has the same thing, and he couldn't be a pilot because of it. Well, something similar, I guess, where we can't balance the pressure properly. I assume that's what I have. I've never been tested like he was. But so I cut that out. But then astrobiology, my cousin introduced me to that, one of my older cousins, when she was going to college. She went for that originally. Now she was a zoologist, but I think she's getting a nursing degree now. But anyway, I love astronomy. I love biology. It just seems like the perfect fit. So I was going to be an astrobiologist, and I still love science to this day, even though it's a little more complex than my brain can currently handle because of my medications. They don't let me think very well. But I just had to go on that little escapade and thought. Not a tirade. I just can't think of what it's actually called. Like I said, the meds make me a little blurry sometimes. Let's do this one. It started out with a kiss, which is a line from a song. Open the file, read only. Yes, I've been doing that for all days. Sorry, I'm a little slow. View as read only. This one, I think, is LGBTQ specifically. It started out with a kiss. And then the prologue is, how did it end up like this? That's funny. Oh, and I want to sing, but I'm not good at singing, so I'm not going to. Returning to campus after, by the way, I've never actually been to like legit college or university. As much as I want to and I've dreamt of it, never actually gone. So this is all coming out of nowhere. Returning to campus after spending sophomore year online, Clifford Carr was making a statement. He had come to the school 2 years prior as Elizabeth Ann, and while he still looked like her, he no longer identified with that self. But it begged the question, can a student assigned female at birth live with students assigned male at birth if that student identifies as not female? Cliff said yes. He was attending a large school in the American heartland and a more liberal one at that too. So this is loosely based off of the school I would have gone to, that I still might go to eventually if I ever can, but I probably won't. They granted him his wishes and upset many of the local conservatives. Oh my God, let's just make this political. This would become a theme in Cliff's life for a few years. He was able, and he would take the country by storm. One last thing, Cliff, his mother called from down the hall. All right, he called back and moved toward the door. Oh, I guess she meant like one last thing, like we got one more thing to bring in. As he attempted to step out, he tripped, falling into a handsome young man his age who was walking in with a luggage bag in tow. As the two fell to the ground, as the one with the bag had tripped over it when pushed back, the least magical first kiss took place. It even included a bumping of teeth, because of course. I'm so sorry. Cliff scrambled to his feet and shook his hands in the air. The other, a slender young man with strawberry oh, I know who this character is. With strawberry blonde curls and prim and proper outfit, looked at Cliff, dressed in t-shirt and khakis with mess brunette waves with intense blue eyes. That's all right, he mumbled and climbed off his luggage and back onto his feet. So, I've had this one character, the one we're about to be, well, we were just kind of introduced to, but we don't have his name yet. Anyway, I've had him in my head since high school. He was based off Gil from Harvest Moon, the Wii games, Trade Tranquility, and Animal Parade. Those are some of my favorites, but not my absolute favorite. But anyway, based off Gil, except a little bit different. I had to make him kind of my own. His name, should I just read it? I don't know. He's the son of a governor, and I always use the name of an actual governor, the only one I actually knew of my state, which I don't know that legally I could do that. So I think I changed the name in here, but the official name is something different. Wait, maybe I did use it. Did I just see it in my manuscript? I don't know. I could have just been seeing things. That's not, well, okay, anyway. I'm so sorry, on his feet. The other shot a glance at Cliff. I guess you're the genderqueer guy, huh? Yeah, that's me. Cliff was proud of the waves he was making. A smile came from the other. Cool. But Cliff did not know how to interpret that. Was this guy thinking he'd get easy sex, or was he here for the cause? That would be found out later. Oh my God, I can't believe I wrote that. Are you okay? Cliff's gray-haired mother was behind the man in the doorway, holding a large bag in her arms. Yeah, we're fine, Cliff laughed nervously, hoping that she hadn't seen. I'm Clayton, the other told Cliff, and held out his hand after walking into the room and setting his stuff down. A new, deeper voice added. Oh my God, I did use that name. Oh my God. Clayton Francis Blunt, that is. Clayton sighed and looked embarrassed. I mean, I guess this is just a name, so I guess I can use it. I don't know. A man with thinning light brown hair came in with another bag. Cliff instantly recognized the older man. And you're the governor's son, huh? Cliff teased Clayton, knowing that he, too, had made news when he had decided on which university to attend. I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. I've never heard big news from anybody related to the governor, really. Like, I can only name maybe 2 or 3 governors that my state has had. So it's just, I don't know. I just knew the name and I just went with it. Seeing Cliff, hearing his voice, the governor grimaced. They all knew that photos would appear, that it would become obvious the strict Christian governor's son was aligned with the enemy community that only wanted equality. So I was in a place when I wrote this one. I was not Christian at the time. I was raised Catholic, and I'm Catholic again, except I don't consider myself like a conservative Catholic, if you want to label it that way. But I'm Catholic and Christian, whatever. Now, I came back last November. But anyway, so the point of this one is they're going to fall in love, clearly. Clayton and Cliff are going to be a couple. And where did I go with this? They lead, I remember. They lead what's it called? A rebellion in the country. They start a civil war. Somehow, they end up winning it in like completely... I don't remember how, but like went into a cave system, and everybody who wanted to survived somehow. It was really ridiculous because that's where my mind was at when I wrote this one. Yeah, it was wild. I like the title though. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Stardust and Moonshine. This one sounds fun. Both of those are legit warrior cat names, if anybody was curious. Oh, there's only one paragraph written here. Okay. Eyes the color of a sunlit summertime forest, took in the reflection in the mirror. Her wheat-colored hair was in a braid that fell over her shoulder. Her skin was sun-kissed and settled as a light bronze. She adjusted the straps of her overalls, but found that, as usual, nothing made her more comfortable with her shape. Still, there was work to do. So this is clearly about a farm girl. Clearly. I don't know where I was going with this. I think I just wanted to write something that was kind of like sapphic. I think that is the word, right? Sapphic for like lesbian stuff. Because that's where I was at when I wrote that. I don't want to read that one. What's this one? This is fun to me. I don't know if it's fun to anybody else at all. Semi-steampunk is the setting for this one, which all alliterates, by the way. Oh, this is just notes. I'm not going to read that. I'm not reading my own notes. What's this one? It's titled Split Sex Story, and I'm not sure what that means. Oops, I just X out of something I did not want to X out of. Oh, it's just notes. Never mind. How do I get back to my OneDrive? Here it is. I found it. All right, let's find something else to read before I take a lunch break. Oh, that was a weird sound. It just came out of my mouth. We are not reading Garden of Eden because that's a wild ride. I already went over a little bit. I never finished reading it, though. I was going through Garden of Eden on my personal YouTube account back when I was on that instead of this one, which is Lynn Crow, Lincrow. Not as one word, as like a name. So Garden of Eden, if you're interested in that, it's oh my god, it's wild. I was in a weird place when I wrote that one, and it's like 3 whole books. Well, okay, the 3rd book never got finished, but it's 2 whole books and a half. I said that weirdly, but whatever. What's in generators? Oh, nothing fun. Game idea, Victorian Steampunk. Gotchi Guardians is out. I don't know if anyone's actually read or bought Gotchi Guardians, but it is out for sale. That's Gotchi, like Tamagotchi, or Tamagotchi, however you want to pronounce it, and then Guardians. Because why not? There's going to be a sequel for that one, maybe, if I ever sit down to write it. Sorry, I'm just looking for something new to read now. I don't know. Oh, this one's really short, and I posted it on my Twitter, which is @crowwriting. This one is, well, if I ever finish it, it'll be nice, but I don't intend on finishing this one because it's like zombie apocalypse, and I hate zombies, but I thought this would be fun to write. Zombie chasing flesh. The teen ran and couldn't catch her breath. Kitty lounging about, starting with fear. The door flew out. Abby closing the door, sheltering the shelter, having a home no more. Brett stepping forward. As surprised as the others, he will guide them onward. And that's all I have. So basically, these shelter cats take this young girl. I think it's a girl, right, Abby? Yes, girl. Or teenage girl or whatever she is. They take her in when there's a zombie apocalypse and she runs into the shelter for safety. And so they leave and they become like a little clan or colony or whatever you want to call it, depending on which book series you're basing it off of. The technical term for a group of wild feral cats is a colony, not a clan. But anyway, and where was I going with this? Anyway, they go and they take care of her, and I don't remember what happens to her, but like they get different names because they become a colony, and the spirit bird is there from Ferals, which, by the way, that's another series I have out is Ferals. Right now, the first 3 books are out. Did I already plug this one? I think I already did. Shadow and Ash, Shell and Thorn, Past and Present, all by Amy Crosong. Family and Future will be coming out eventually. I'm still drafting that one. Usually it only takes me like a week to draft those, but like this one's taking forever. And it's not that I don't have ideas. It's just that I just haven't focused well enough to sit down and type. Let's try HM Fan Game. That's Harvest Moon Fan Game. I was helping with the Harvest Moon thing, but then I wrote... Oh, I thought I had a thing in here, but apparently I don't. I have Harvest Moon fan fiction. Well, okay, Tyrant took on a nature of its own, which is to be expected with me, but where's all my good stuff in here? Coup Enfant. That's one I don't know if I'm ever going to publish. It's finished. It's been edited. I wrote that one in 2012, 2013 era of my life, my senior year of high school. Oh, God. That was not that long ago, apparently. Oh, my God. But I just can't decide if I want to publish it or not. Like, I'd feel so weak and vulnerable if I published it. But I really like how it's written. So I don't know if I'll ever publish it. You know what? Let's get a little taste of it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Where is it? Mark's New Story is the official document name. Because, what the hell not? Prologue. Oh, go away. There we go. Prologue. I listened as my brother did the countdown. I stood next to him, watching the currently motionless little rocket. Next to me was my cousin. He had built the rocket and was holding the controller that would launch it and guide it. Beside each of the teenage boys next to me was his little sister. For my brother Cody, that was Kobe with a B. That was my older sister, Genevieve, or Jenna for short. That's Genna, not Jenna. But anyway, and it's not Genna, it's Jenna, like Genevieve. For our cousin Jason, that meant his half-sister Claire, which is spelled with a Y, not an I, because that's just where I was. My parents were behind us, observing from the deck of our house. We still lived in North America then, either Maine or Canada. So this is weird. I used to write about this place, and it was either Maine or Canada, but like I didn't want to commit to either place because I didn't want to do the research for either place. So I just said it's just this magical little either Maine or Canada place. North, oh God, what is that? Is that east? Northeast of the North American continent? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. We were right on the border, and the culture was too muddled for my under 10-year-old mind to determine which country I was really in. I've heard that part of Canada is just like America. So, like, I don't think it would really be that big of a difference like this, but whatever. This line, I remember changing it. We must have looked a related group. Originally, it was, we must have looked a diverse group. Continue. We were all pale-skinned. Like, that's not diverse at all. But I used to write everybody as pale-skinned because that's what I am, and I guess I thought everybody. I don't know. I like diversity. Oh my God. All of us were pale-skinned, and only Kobe and I had brown eyes. Everyone else had blue. So again, not very diverse. But other than that, we were all different. 17-year-old Jason had long, dirty blonde hair and was dressed in ragged clothes. Claire, who was his junior of 5.5 years, she had neat brown hair and dressed in oh my God, this is just describing everybody. A sporter's t-shirt and a sporty knee-length skirt to match. I might have, okay, if I'm going to let this one out, I might have to do some reworking. On my other side, tall and skinny 14-year-old Kobe stood counting down. His dark brown hair was turning up at the ends, which he always took as a sign that he was in need of a haircut. These characters are actually from my first finished novel. My first finished novel is called Humanoids, with these characters. And it, when did I finish that? I finished that in 2008. As far as I know, there's only one existing copy of the manuscript, and my friend Elena has it. So... I don't even know if I have any digital copies of it anymore. And it was rewritten a couple times. So I'm not sure which copy she even has. If it's like the original, or if it's like one of the edited originals. I don't know. But that's a fun fact. Where was I? Kobe, his haircut. He wore a nice shirt that had come a little untucked and casual but still nice pants. Jenna, not usually interested in these things but caught up in the excitement with us, had long curly black hair. She wore a t-shirt that was most notably red with black jeans. Okay. I stood in the middle of all of them. My straight black hair was still messy from Jason's greeting. He had patted my head, and although I tried taming my hair, I was too excited to do so decently. I was wearing the t-shirt I got from a NASA trip with baggy pants that were a little short. Kobe reached 0. Jason hit the button on the controller. The rocket took off. 2 of my pet mice inside. I do not recommend this ever. Jenna and Claire burst into excited shrieks. Mom and Dad held their breath along with Kobe and Jason. I could not take my gaze off from the craft. Jason had warned us that although everything added up in the design and that trials had gone well, his rockets never had a live crew. Anything could happen. Anything can always happen with a live crew. I mean, that's just how it is. Again, please don't do this to your pet mice, rats, or anything else. Jason worked the controller. There's a mist behind the rocket. As Jason moved... Okay, I'm using his name too often, but that's just what's written. Again, I haven't touched this in ages, like literal years. As Jason moved the sticks on the controller, some of the rocket's wings adjusted. Are they called wings on a rocket? I don't know. And he was successfully steering. He flew my rodents over us, and I saw them looking out of the cockpit. I let out a sound of excitement. My parents burst into applause. It was successful. The launch was successful. Testing the instruments was successful. I can't say that. The mission would be successful, but it wouldn't be. A strong wind started up, and Jason lost control of his craft. He fought to regain his power, but the wind was too strong. It carried the rocket and my beloved pets toward the ocean. The crowd gasped and made sounds of horror. I ran after my pets without thinking. Kobe started after me and nearly overtook me. The rocket was in the salt water. I picked it up and began pulling at it, but it was Kobe who had to break it open. My mice leapt or leaped, I don't know, from the opening onto me. They were wet from splashing down in the rocket, which had been on a quick path to being fully waterlogged. So the prologue's almost over now, thankfully. Kobe and I slowly returned to the others. The mission had failed, but I was happy my pets were all in good condition. Soggy, but otherwise just fine. That night, we all sat on the back porch together. Mom and Dad were watching us from inside, coming out occasionally to check on us or serve us some treats. We gazed at the sky above and wondered about what was out there. All the things science had proven, the things it had not. Were there aliens? Would humans become part of an intergalactic, or even just galactic, community? Would we migrate to new places? Jason and Kobe got into a discussion about politics and the military if our imaginations were to become reality. I half listened to them while gazing above, dreaming. Claire and Jenna were babbling about whatever girls their age chatted about. It was warm with an occasional sweet breeze, no clouds, a sliver of moon. One of the best nights of my life, but also the calm before the storm. Yeah. Then we have chapter 1. Woo! I don't know that I want to keep reading. That's my eye. Okay. Yeah, I might. God, there's 125 pages, and I'm only on page I mean, I had no intention of reading this whole thing. That's the prologue. This is page 2. And I don't know that I want to keep going right now. So we're not going to keep going with this one. But that's coup enfant, which I don't know how anybody else is going to pronounce it if they ever see it. Probably like quinfant or something. They butcher it because the title is Queuenfant. It's supposed to be French for like the combined words baby and tail, like a tail of a thing, which I think I just Googled what those were, even though I was in French class for like 5 years. And I put together coup enfant, and that's what it is. And anyway, let's go back to my files. Let's find something else to read. Coup enfant. Oh, here's Shadow Stalker cat stuff. There might be fun stuff in there that, you know, it's just like that I can release into the world. What's this? Oh, it's Duolingo. It's been 30 days. Sorry, Duo. I'm not working on any of my 5 or 6 languages right now. Clearly. Well, I have a comic that I started making for Shadow Stalker, but, you know, you can't see it right now, so I'm not going to read it. All right. Oh, my God. Angel Cat Kin stuff. Let's look at this. What's that? Oh, it's the pharmacy. Views read only. Prologue. Oh, this is just that poem I read earlier. Never mind. His only daughters. Let's try this one. I'm still debating, and I might leave it to the consensus of everybody who's read my books, or at least Shadow and Ash, if I want to do a prequel to Shadow and Ash, which would follow Tiny Fang, not Small Tiger, because that's what her name used to be, but her name is now Tiny Fang, and canonically, her name is Tiny Fang. It would follow Tiny Fang, and like her abuse with her uncle, who's technically her cousin in the book, but it was really her uncle, and her first children, and before Tiger Purr came, and then once he came and became Tiger Purr and all that stuff. So I don't know if anyone would actually be interested in that. I don't know. Where's my cursor? Oh, there it is. His only daughters. So, oh my God, how am I going to pronounce that? Okay, well, let's try this. Chapter 1. Even when everyone else is gone, we still have each other. That's what our friendship was based on. We would always be there for each other, even when one of us was away at college or working or whatever. Always there for each other, for our soulmate, or always be there for each other, for our soulmate bestie. Me? My name was Sylvia Mikhailov. Fun name, right? Not. Oh, geez. I choked on myself. I was just another mixed girl growing up in St. Louis County, Missouri. That's in the United States of America, for those who don't know. Jeez. Oh, my God. I don't know if this is okay to read, because I've never written... Oh, is it allowed to? Am I allowed to say that she had kinky hair? Because it says I had the kinky hair and the dark eyes and the skin toned at light brown. I wrote that. I don't know if that's allowed or not. I don't know how to write people who aren't white. I hate to be that way, but like I kind of don't. I'm just not educated is the problem. It's the pharmacy again. Somehow, as far as color goes, I inherited blonde. I will never understand it. But then again, I didn't pay much attention to biology class. So to sum me up, I was average. The only not average thing about me was that I didn't identify as female. Oh, this was when I was in that phase. I go back and forth on what gender I am, so please bear with me. And it's relevant to what I'm writing. Well, not what I'm writing, but what I wrote. Gender is a funny thing. I hated my body. I didn't want breasts or periods or things like that. I also didn't, oh God. You know, she didn't want to be a guy either. My ideal body is softly curved and yet flatter than that of a woman. It is normal to me to think about and functions fine. And so I am non-binary. They, their, them, please. And her, where did her go? My closest friend since middle school. We went to elementary school together, but never really spoke. Her name was Winona Adrienne. Oh, I know who she's based off of. Pale skin and blonde curls. Green eyes to go with them. Her skin was pale like milk and burned just as easily. That's funny. She was also fairly average in terms of height and shape, although she was definitely accepting of being a female for herself. The weird thing, though, she wasn't boy crazy or girl crazy. She believed all could love who they loved, but she did not love anyone in particular herself. I mean, beyond our friendship. I tried being her girlfriend, and we dated for 14 whole hours before she decided it was too weird for her to be with someone, and I decided I ought to go back to my abusive ex-boyfriend. Oh, geez, I just called myself out. That's another story in of itself. Yeah, it is. This story is about something different, something you may not have heard before. You may not heard of before. And it includes the journey into the occult. Great. Not really, though. Nothing too occult, in my opinion, anyway. Jeez. I just had to scratch my nose. One of our school friends' mom, owned a New Age shop on the historic Main Street in St. Charles. Why am I writing about myself? A very short drive from our houses that were just a street apart. Oh my God, this is getting too real. We enjoyed the shop quite a bit, but what with its smell of incense, soothing natural music, and amazing stones and statues and jewelry. I really do have a close friend who I may or may not have tried dating for 14 hours. And we do have another friend whose mom has a store on historic Main Street in St. Charles. That's like, I don't know if you call it New Age or whatever, but that's where this is coming from. Statues and jewelry, but us, we were drawn to most of the cards, tarot, oracle. We bought each. Hers both very positive, and mine based on angels because that's what I'm into. So we took them home and practiced our new play. It was too much fun. It was very revealing. It was very revealing it would turn out. A couple weeks passed and we had only done very basic readings, but we wanted to try past life readings. So we got together in her garage, fan turned on. It was midsummer in St. Louis, and we pulled out our cards. I hate midsummer in St. Louis. I'm so glad it's almost over. Summer's almost over. Not midsummer, summer in general. We started pulling just 3 cards for each of us because that was how it went. Birth, youth, life, elderhood, death. An elderhood / death, birth / youth. That's why it's 3 things, not 5. I just read it wrong. Okay, nothing too fascinating came out of it, but we were curious, so we kept pulling cards. Tell me about my most significant past life, Winona asked. I asked my cards the same. Somehow, this is almost done. Somehow our readings felt related and intertwined, yet they were so different. We were both born to powerful women, and yet our queens were totally opposite. And then our lives were not as what we had wanted them. Did we find love? Did we live a long time? Death was apparently sudden for us. We had no ideas why. More cards came loose. We read them intently, looking at the images for clues and then reading the descriptions in the booklets. Finally, the question came up, did we know each other? Our answers seemed to tell us that we did. We were sisters now. So intrigued and so puzzled, we wanted to go another step further. I already was used to meditating. I knew I had lived a life before, only as a cat, a feral cat. Was this the life we were pulling upon? We began burning incense. We laid out a healing blanket. We turned on meditative music, and then we sat, held hands, and pressed our foreheads together. So basically, these 2 girls, Winona and what's the other one's name? Sylvia. Oh my God, that's I should have known. I'm too predictable. Winona and Sylvia are from Shadow and Ash, except this is their human forms. Sylvia is Silver Bells, and Winona, who would Winona be? Conifer? I'm thinking Conifer, but I'm not sure on that. Let me see. I used to have a list of everybody's name. Jesus, there's so much in here. Shadow and Ash. That's the actual Shadow and Ash. Tiny Fig Note, Shell and Thorn. Where's what I'm looking for? Maybe it doesn't exist anymore, actually. Sorry. That's probably gross. I'm going to try opening this file and seeing if it has what I'm looking for. Nope, it doesn't. Dang it. Where did that go? Sorry, I hiccuped. I mean, clearly you just heard that. Well, anyway, that's his only daughters, which those aren't his only daughters. Shadowstalker has other daughters, but I don't know. It was one of those other kin bends that I was on because I thought I was other kin and fiction kin and whatever. Now I realize I was kind of delusional, but that's where I was at the time. Do I have anything else good to read? Here's Tiny Fig Notes. Let's take a look at those. I haven't been reading it in my notes, but you know what? How long have I been on? An hour. Just about an hour. Just a little over an hour. Dang. Wow. I enjoy doing this. I don't know if anybody else cares at all, but I'm having a good time. So for Tiny Fing's story, this is what I've got. For ideas, it follows her from birth alone, to her mother, who had older daughters, but they all died or do die. Her mother is a calico. Her mother, Small Claw, leading lady, Small Claw, that's a funny name, is a cream bicolor. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Tiny Fang's mother is a calico. But Tiny Fang's maternal grandmother is Small Claw, who's the leading lady, and she's a cream bicolor. So she's a dilute calico. And then we have Tiny Fang's mother, her brother, which is Tiny Fang's maternal uncle, is Spiderface. And apparently he's now a red tabby and white. He used to be a brown or black tabby, whatever you want to call them, brown with black stripes. But apparently he's red and white now. His name has always been Spiderface. And he existed even a long time ago. If you listen to me read the original, they weren't called ferals then, but they were still ferals characters. What did I call it? SAP? Secret something of Pets? Agency of Pets or something? Or Past and the Present, I think is what it was originally called. I don't remember. It's on my old account, or my personal account. So that mentioned Spiderface at some point, because she has like these terrible nightmares and stuff at the end of one of the books. Yeah. Anyway, Spiderface and Tiny grow close from the start. Then Tiger shows up and she hates him. So why not? It's kind of like Fireheart and Sandstorm, I guess. Because, she hates him because Spiderface does. And the colony isn't keen on newcomers. The 3 colonies, so there originally were 3 colonies, but they merged into 1 generations ago, and they don't like new blood still. So they're inbreeding. There was just the problem in Shadow and Ash. That's a point that's even mentioned on the back of the book. Inbreeding is a plot point, and how they're going to fix that is a plot point. Or whether they do or not is a plot point, I should say. Something isn't quite right, though, and everyone knows it. Tiny Fang and Spiderface, they actually have 5 kittens, I do believe. But this says they are parents to Tooth, a black tabby bicolor who has a cleft lip. His teeth grow in, and one pokes out oddly. That's adorable. I mean, it's terrible, but it's kind of adorable. When he suckles, milk spills from his mouth. Oh, my God. She has the instinct to kill him immediately. Everyone else loves him, so she doesn't. So the original background story for Tiny Fang, who used to be Small Tiger, is she was made to Spiderface. I don't remember if originally he was related to her or not, like he is now. And now he's the abusive uncle, which there's reason for that. But anyway, so what originally happened was she killed him and the kittens to get rid of them all. And she blamed it on a fox because why the heck not? And she just wanted to get rid of them. She felt guilty for being mated to them, and she wanted to change her mate. And I think, I don't even remember exactly, but it was something like that. She kills him later, and Spiderface catches her, so she kills him too. When she is leading lady, she promises a new blood and reform. Yes. And I was making notes on who is related to who. So this is from Shadow and Ash. We have Fishtail. That's Tale, like the story, like he's shark, like a tail fish shark. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. He's son of Tiny Fang's brother. That brother is Black Ice. Mallard Fern is son of Tiny Fang and Tiger Purr and a priest. Bat Song is son of Tiny and Tiger. Eagle Flight, the eldest son of Tiny and Tiger. Tiny Tiger. Oh my God, I just realized that's a character from Crash Bandicoot. Anyway, Eagle Flight, I just listed him. It says Spiderface, her quote-unquote cousin with 5 kittens. But, I'm just listing what I knew from Shadow and Ash. Okay, I was just taking notes from my own book. Then Hawktail's Eagle Flight's littermate, his brother. Yeah, and for some reason in Shadow and Ash, I put that Spiderface was Tiny Fang's cousin, but they're actually uncle-niece, which there's a reason for that. It's bad. I know it is, and there's a point to be made. Let's see. What else? You know what? We're going to go into family and future because I want to. So this is the piece. This will be the 4th book in the Feral series, Family and Future. And you know what? I'm just going to read what I have because it's liable to change between now and the time it's fully drafted and published because there's a lot of editing that has to go on. Anyway, Family and Future. The elderly Abyssinian cat, a retired show queen, was stalking down the dark streets of St. Louis. Sunset waves, an even older cat creaked. The ruddy she-cat stopped and looked to where a flame-point ragdoll cat sat on the fence. Sand Tiger. Sunset dipped her head to the cat who was equal to her. So, Sand Tiger, I only am aware of 2 of her children, which were littermates Lemon and Cookie. They are both 20 points, even though Lemon is a Tom. He dies prematurely because that's just how it goes. I'm not going into that right now. But the reason behind all of their names is they're supposed to be named after sharks. Sand tiger, which I think there's a sand tiger shark, but I don't remember there's just sand shark and tiger shark, and I just decided they were now one shark. I don't know. I haven't looked into sharks in so long. Cookie was based off the cookie cutter shark because it has a mouth like a cookie cutter and it bites into things and takes like a little circle out. And then lemon, because there's a lemon shark. They're pretty cool. All sharks are cool. What am I saying? Except for the bull shark. I'm not too fond of bull sharks. Anyway, sand tiger, sunset. Oh, I read that. You brought him out, sand tiger meowed. That Abby Tom, you had him mate to your own kin, word says. She nodded. That's true. I've been keeping track of Silverbell's offspring now that she has been gone for so long. Shame the ferals don't live like we do, Sand Tiger sighed, but I know a cat who is down my dear Cookie's line. Sunset blinked her golden gaze that glimmered in the streetlight. She knew her time was waning. Her life was beating and bumping until it would no longer continue to give her the senses to which she was so accustomed. Whew, that was a lot. Her own parents had died several years ago. So, okay, in Shadow and Ash, it's, or at least when I did videos about Shadow and Ash before, I just saw this in one I did recently, I think. It says, or I said or something, that Sunset and her brother Scar are mixed breed, Moggies. They're just part Abyssinian. But then here, I'm like rewriting what I already wrote, apparently. It says, Angel's Blood and Fawn's Frolic had been show cats as well, and were proud of Sunset Waves. Sunset knew that Fawn's Frolic, a pale cat similar to Cream in color, may not have been her real father. Her litter had been sired by a feral as well as the purebred. So I guess she and Scar are just Fawn's Frolic's children, and the other three weren't? I don't know. Still, they would welcome her to the next step beyond this life in just a couple years. In the meantime, Sunset Waves collected 2 young offspring to direct and change the future of her kin, and perhaps all cats. Then we have chapter 1. Wait, oh shoot, I forgot. So that's just the prologue. Or before chapter 1. I actually have stuff written in chapter 1, but it's not here because I forgot I wrote it on my computer and not in my OneDrive. So we're not going into chapter 1 apparently. My bad. My throat is starting to hurt. I'll probably end this soon. But I'm having fun doing this, even if nobody's watching. Which is very possible. I haven't really been looking. Is this just cats? I have so many cat characters, it's ridiculous. Like, I adopted a bunch, and I don't really use the characters I adopt. It's ridiculous. Oh, Garden of Aiden. Oh boy. We're not getting into this. Yeah, I think I'll call it here. So, that was fun. Oh, I didn't even touch Ouija, though. Maybe we won't call it here. Hold on. Well, maybe we will call it here. There's too much going on. Okay, yeah. Brother just got home. I'm going to call it here. So, I had fun. Let me know if anybody else enjoyed this, too. Talk to y'all later. This is Amy Crowsong signing off. Bye. End.